Hi and welcome. It's amazing the world we live in at the moment. So buckle up and see what's happening. Because this is Thursday, the 10th of February, and what's happening at the moment, we have an announcement from our government saying that the government has agreed to new measures worth €290 million to combat the rise of the cost of living, right? This is RT News, so it's a trustworthy source of news. Um, the new package contains an increase in energy rebate to €200, including VAT. Okay, this will be paid in April. We don't have to worry about it. That's just going to be taken up the next bill. So if basically you used to pay like €180, your bill is increased to 360, and that's going to be taken off. So basically, you're coming back to pay 160 just for 1 month, and then everything's back to normal. Okay, there you go. It's a €200, which we'll be paying back anyway. There's no cap on the energy prices, fuel prices, and so on. So what happens is we're basically just going to be given €200. There you go. The company is going to take it anyway back. They're going to. It's €200. The price is already risen. They're going to take it anyway. So if you're expecting to your bill to go down throughout a year, I don't think so. So the scheme to become operational by the end of March, with payments appearing on bills as they're issued, so we don't have to apply for it. Okay, and apparently every household is going to be eligible for that. Also, 20% to cut the public transport fares. So basically, Bus Air and Irish Air, Dublin Bus, Go Ahead, Lewis Dart, and Local Link. Okay, M9 and M7, they'll still be packed, so the people who are driving to driving the car to work, they're not going to feel the 20%. Instead of that, they're going to feel the rising prices of diesel and petrol. Don't worry, not by 2026. We're probably going to get the mandatory electric cars. I'm not against, but you know, if you want to drive electric car, drive electric car. It's cheaper to charge it at the moment. But I think by 2026, what's going to happen is the mandatory vehicle, electric vehicle you're going to get is basically going to cost you. The charge is going to cost you more than fill up the tank of diesel or petrol the car you used to have. Boom, probably. We don't know, but now it's good news for people who already bought a year travel card. Will receive the credit. So I'm reading the RT News, blah blah blah. That's not me. That's whoever's written that. There should be a reduction in transport fees for schools, so we'll be capped at €150 primary level pupils and €500 at secondary level. Okay, yeah. People are claiming the fuel allowance will receive an extra 125 in lump sum. That should help, I hope, to 390,000 recipients. Okay, so the drug payment scheme will fall from €100 to €80 under the new measures. But you will need a lot of medicines, probably, after what's happening. So, you know, blood thinners, anything else, after your stroke, maybe other things. They're slowly going to come out there. But that's not me. YouTube's going to ban it anyway. And the work family payment budget increase of €10 announced in the budget will be basically brought forward from 1st of June to April 1st. Now, the same person that was probably responsible for that, this guy here, Pascal Donahue, also said in July the 3rd of 2021 that the state will soon owe €250 billion. So that's going to be a public debt. We're nearly there. Probably there already. The we're in the minus the budget at the moment, are we? But sure. Somebody has to pay it back. So they give you these little things like they're going to give you icing on the cake, but they're going to eat the cake. Simple as. Just a quick look before I go. It's that I love this chart. It's an inflation rate in Ireland. So what's happening at the moment is boom, 5.5%. Comparing to April 2021, 1.1%. Comparing to January 2021, no, line. So it was minus 0.4%. But sure, worry not. It doesn't mean that the prices are going to go up, or maybe. But sure. Fuck me sideways, guys. What's going on to the moment? They kept buying shit. They kept making the wrong decisions, and what happens is we have to pay for that. You, me, everybody. But this is not only us. So we have some countries that are getting away with it. But then we get in the United Kingdom 5.4%, Slovakia 5.8%, Bulgaria 7.8%, and we have a winner. Turkey, 48%. Okay? Worry not. We also have United States of America, which hits 7.5%. And if you look at the history, because the main market is going to look at America, in April 2021, we had 1.7%. The prices are going up. So whatever the money were printed, this is a cause and effect. Okay? Worry not. We had some funny shit on this as well. Now I did the quick chat about the Mr. Fleming there. Michael Martin said that his view is not the view of the government ministers. Okay, so that's an apology. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. And live from Dáil Éireann. Not live, that was recorded. But so we have opposition on one side, Sinn Féin, and we have the government on the other side, the governing party, and they're just chatting to each other, right? So one gives out to each other, yet they're both destroying the country. So that's my view on it. So let's listen to it.
Taoiseach, with all the talk from government ministers over the last while and yourself, it is very clear in terms of that response that you simply do not get it. You still don't get where ordinary people are at. You don't understand the fact that rents are spiraling out of control. In my own county, it's 24% increase. Across the state, it's on the average of 10%. You don't understand the impact that it's having on low and middle incomes. And you talk about a package in the region of 400 million. That is not going to scratch the surface of what needs to happen.
Just a quick reminder, 8 billion is going to be spent on the retrofit in your home, all homes, 8 billion euro over 3 decades. These people are probably not going to be in the government unless they're going to take on the position of infinite government. So they're going to stay there until they die. So 8 billion by the cost of blah, 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 would be around 26,000 homes that can be built. Plus the 80 or 90,000 homes that are already there. Probably. You know, remember Nama? Do you? The problem is, no one makes money if something's as big in a way. But the housing crisis, you know, could be just take the hit, you know, do a little communism, give away the house, you know. You know, people will have the address, will have a house, will go to work, the jobs are there. I don't know. I could be wrong, like, you know, no one was making money of giving the stuff away for free. So maybe that's the problem. The vulture funds in there. The firms are not buying the houses from underneath the average Joe to sell them, or just to keep it, to rent them out, make money out still.
We put forward proposal after proposal to you. Don't increase oil and gas in May, which you plan to do by increasing it through carbon taxes.
Oh, carbon tax. We forgot about it. But we're going to be given 200 euro. But they will still hike the prices.
Put a month's rent back into renters' pocket by introducing a tax credit. You refuse to do it. We've been talking to you till we're blue in the face about this for the last 3 years in relation to that measure.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of those people either, because they're only waiting to get into the position of being to govern, and once they do that, it's probably going to be the same.
And we're telling you what is needed is cash directly into hard-pressed workers and families' pockets, and that can be done through a cost of living cash payment of €200 for all those income earners below €30,000 and €100 for those earning below 60. Now, that is the type of proposals that a government should be bringing forward if they understood where people are at. But you simply...
What happens, the government is bringing out the proposals which will take over 3 decades, or they're just the low, very, very, very half measures. They're going to take little or no effect, and like the €200 of the gas bill or electricity bill, that's just a once-off. We have 12 months in a year, and 12 months in a year, so calculate that. That's just gonna give you 200 back. You know, you still have to spend it on rising prices of food, as I mentioned, the inflation, the gas, the fuels, and so on, and so on, and so on. But I can keep going.
Don't, and it seems, and it's tantamount of what the Minister said the last day. Stop complaining, do work yourself, and leave the government alone.
What you've done in Northern Ireland is to give people an energy grant to help them with the cost of energy, which you're then going to take back off them. It's not even a grant, it's a loan. They're going to get it this year, and you're going to take it back off them next year and the year after. And that's...
Yeah, Leo, but that's the same thing's going to happen because you didn't cap the prices. I'm not a big fan of capping prices either. I'm just a big fan of the normal living. But what happens here, you're going to give €200 to people, and then that's it. That's it. Okay. We still have to pay it back.
That's what you're doing in government, and that is what you would do if you were in government here. You'd do less than us, and if you did give people anything, you'd probably take it back. Take it back the year after.
Done nothing. That's the problem. That's what you're told to where people are at.
Spits again.
Ag bogarai gur a míle maithagad as uair takeíochta gur a míle maithagad páirtí an look
Take your point. And that's it. Just go on social media, try and get to do that better.
Ní féidir leanach de Reimer seo.
So they keep fighting. Just a show. If you're still listening to me, there's more fight going in the door.
So while you're speaking and preaching, we're actually taking action.
They're taking actions. Oh my God, he's amazing.
The minimum wage in this country gives people just over €400 a week. Do you honestly believe that that is adequate?
It's a €400 a week. Okay, you fill up your tank for €100. So if you live somewhere down in the country and you have to go to Dublin to work for your minimum wage, you're left with €300. You have to pay the rent. You have to pay a childcare as well. The money has been taken off because there are schemes that you earn less, you're gonna pay less anyway. But I think that's the problem here as well. Like, you know, the funny thing in Ireland is, maybe the other countries as well, maybe not. Please put comments down below if you're listening from anywhere else. The funny thing is, Ireland, if you go to work and you earn your money and you leave the kids in a childcare because you have to, crashes, play schools, not schools, because schools are free, that's to some stage. You have to fork out, Jesus Christ, for 2 kids, it's sometimes over €250 a week. Maybe more. Put some comments below if you know the prices for this stuff. But this is just the thing I know. And if you don't work, you're on benefits, social welfare, and so on, you're on the dole. That means that you can leave kids in a crash, go back home, and still don't work, almost for free. Did you get that?
To meet the costs of living. That's a joke. Now, maybe you're going to surprise me and say that the minimum wage is going to be increased to €12.90, the living wage, or even better, what we're proposing, €15. But I know you're not going to say that, and I know you're not going to do it. But at the same time, you have no problem, you have nothing to say about the profiteering of the landlords and of the energy companies. No response on that point.
Yeah, the average rent in, what is it? €1,916. Oh, in Dublin, is it? Fuck me, that hits hard. Minimum wage, €400.
Don't have a problem with it, right? So why don't you focus on that? How is it acceptable that energy companies are seeing major rises in profits, that landlords are making absolutely stratospheric profits on the backs of the housing misery and the heating misery of ordinary people, and why will you refuse to act? The French have just brought in new rent controls to have maximum prices on rent. You could do the same. Why don't you do it?
Oh, he was going to come back. I love this one.
You mentioned companies like BP. You mentioned companies like Shell. They are international. They are international companies. That they are not companies that are based here, and they're not companies in the round that are taxed here. But it does show that this is an international problem. The main.
Yeah, I'll let him talk later on. Now, just before I go, I would like to remind you of it's a very interesting thing, and I will bring it up all the time. Now, remember this one from around 10 years ago. Oil field of the beautiful coast of West Cork may contain as much as 1.7 billion barrels of oil, with 280 million barrels of that recoverable in the short-term at rate of 100,000 barrels a day. Average. Who wants that now? Right. Thanks for listening. No more rants, probably till Monday, but they're going to give me a shit to talk about anyway. So thanks for listening, and join me on Twitter, join me on Spreaker, join me on Spotify, and you can always watch it on YouTube. Leave some comments below. I'll talk to you later.